So guys, no more record stores. Tower Records out. Everything's out.
I know.
Where are you going to go to buy records now?
It's
Amoeba.
doesn't make any
Amoeba.
There's Amoeba, yeah.
I was just there a couple days
All
ago.
the little.
Freak Beat, Ventura Boulevard, Sherman Oaks.
On my blog, I just put something the other day about the 25 greatest record stores still available in the world.
Now, are these all
That's
old
pretty
records or are there new records as well? Can you
Oh.
purchase any new records?
Oh yeah. There's lots of them. Well, as a matter of fact, last year it was up like 15% finally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what are some of
they're
the
gonna
record
come
stores
back.
that you had on your list?
Oh, I can't tell you exactly. There was Amoeba. Amoeba was number one.
Rhino, I bet.
No.
No.
There was one in Sweden, there was one in San Francisco, there was two in New York and Japan, all over the world. All over the world. Chicago, there was a good one. Austin, there was a good one. So, yeah, those are the ones I can
So there still is a place to buy records, if you
Yeah,
can find it.
Yeah, there's 8 places.
8 places.
The problem is most big cities, even small cities, don't have a record store at all, a place to go buy music.
Yeah.
That is what's wrong.
Yeah.
That is what's wrong.
Well-
Like, well, you were talking about Zeppelin. You saw Zeppelin when you were
Yeah, I was 14.
14.
And this was before they were all strung out.
I saw it on March 8th, 1970 in Munich, Germany.
How big was the club?
Germany.
It wasn't a club. It was a place called Circus Krone that still is an event hall, and it was a one-ring perennial circus, and the animals were downstairs.
Wow.
And it was in March, and there was a terrible riot, and it was an amazing experience. And I talked to Robert Plant about it and John Paul Jones about it, and Robert Plant went, Circus Krone. And he went, the animals, and he remembered.
And I went to an Iron Maiden show one time, and a whole bunch of us kids went. We all bought these T-shirts, and the guy that was working for Iron Maiden was like saying, "Oh, we're trying to sell the shirts." So he took us all to the side in this alley. We're like 13 years old. We thought we were going to go to jail or something, and he realized that we just bought the shirts from a bunch of bootleggers, and he said, "Okay, just go inside." So I mean, that was a pretty scary experience, but you know, it's still cheaper to buy them outside than it is to go inside and get them like $20.
Oh, I know.
The guys even selling the shirts say that to you too. Like, go inside for $25, get them outside for $10.
I know somebody paid $800 recently for a Led Zeppelin T-shirt from the 1980 canceled.
Really?
Legitimate, and $400 for a yellow Allman Brothers shirt. And apparently one of the first bands to ever sell a T-shirt, like to have, let's sell a T-shirt, was Sabbath. They were one of the first bands to sell. Oh, man, nice T-shirt.
We both played with Mick Taylor, and we never got. Well, we got a few Stone stories, but not many. Surprisingly enough, yeah.
Anything you want to share?
That's right. That's right.
Well,
You produced me.
I did, yeah. But every time somebody would ask Mick, "Hey, how come you left the Rolling Stones?" He would say, "Oh, I left for a lot of reasons." I never give one.
Well, what about Bill Ward?
Oh, I think the most interesting thing is how they creatively discovered metal and goth in Ozzy's dad's basement. Apparently they were like a failing blues band trying to sound like Cream, and Ozzy's dad collected horror movie memorabilia posters, and they were on their last legs, and they were like, let's just go to the pub. They had like no money left, and they went to the pub to have a pint and took a little hash or whatever apparently, and they came walking back from the pub, and they saw this really big line outside a theater, and it was a double feature horror film, like Boris Karloff or something, and they just went, And then they decided to doom the music, is what they decided to do, is what they said, let's doom the music, and Tony tuned down. And Bill told me that when they were kids, he and Bonham, Jim Capaldi was their big influence, who was in a band called Deep Feeling, which became Traffic. Right? And they would meet at this drum store, music store in Birmingham, and set up 2 drum sets and listen to big band records. And then when they went out and played as kids, like they're 15, 16 years old, him and Bonham, that the reason they began to play the way they played was the influence of big band music, and when it went from beat groups that were influenced by the Beatles and Dave Clark 5 and stuff to more heavier blues influenced by Cream, and the guitar player switched from Vox amplifiers to Marshall half stacks to keep the volume up. They turned their sticks around and started slack tuning their drums to just be louder, and they started playing through the drum, but still playing like big band drummers. So if you watch Bill, like 1970 in Paris, or John Bonham.
Oh, and Mitch Mitchell, they
And
all
Mitch
had that
Mitchell,
jazz
they
feel.
all-
Right,
yeah,
right. That's
like
what I
he-
love about
It's
it.
very
Ian
interesting
Pace from Deep
dynamic.
Purple, it's the same thing.
But
Yeah, Ian
but the
Pace,
point
yeah,
is,
exactly.
the point, the funniest thing that I get goosebumps thinking about Bill told me is like he went to help John Bonham set up his drums for like a Band of Joy gig or whatever, some like cover band or whatever in a pub, and they set up. He got the 20s because Bonham's dad was middle class. He had money. He was a contractor, so he had a really good drum set. He had a looted drum set. They set up the drum set, and then okay, and he just went boom. And the club owner went, the pub owner said, "No, you're fired."
I heard that too.
They played one bass drum. He goes, "You're not going to play here. You guys, no, this is wrong."
Yeah, well, that's where it's at. I mean, it's come down to bringing people out of their homes and then back into their homes, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Right?
Well, I mean, YouTube's great. I mean, if you want to
It,
see
it
like
was,
an older...
it was like going out to see bands.
Yeah.
But now everybody's staying home, but then the bands are coming to them. It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird.
It's like I can watch old Thin Lizzy concert on YouTube. I can watch this
Well, you're
band,
saying new
that
stuff
band.
though. You're saying new,
you know?
right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the trend used to be everybody had to go out to find it.
Yeah.
Now
Now
everybody
it's-
has to find the fans by going to them.
But see, the next big thing is streaming from clubs, because there's now a number of sites that will do this and do it well. And there's one called Concert Window that just came up, where they went in, they put production in, almost like Knitting Factory did. They put production teams in clubs across America. You pay $3 to see it. And it's like, they're all signed acts, but they're like young, midline, B-level acts, you know,
Right.
they have. But $3, it's worth it, you know, if you really like that artist.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, everybody has to make it affordable.
Sure is.
And what I don't understand about concerts, you know, these days is they're so pricey, $500 to see the Stones or
Except-
anybody.
Oh, wait.
And everybody still goes.
Kid Rock,
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20.
20
Excellent.
bucks.
That's-
Including
that's
parking.
what you
Including
need.
ZZ
And then he,
Top.
he lowered the beer
Yeah.
prices too.
Including ZZ Top.
Yeah, and he lowered the beer prices too. at
Lower the
end.
beer prices
Smart.
and T-shirts.
Yeah.
$20, yeah.
Now that's how you revitalize
You get 20
the
bucks
scene.
and you get a t-shirt.
Not
Well,
$500
$20
tickets.
instead of 35 of the
Not $500 tickets.
So you can spend
Wow.
$40 get
$20.
t-shirts.
I mean,
ZZ Top,
people are
and
talking
Yeah.
about going to see the Stones for like $500, and they're sitting way up on top. And when I'd love to go see the Stones, I'm not going to pay $500.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it? I mean, did they even
I
sell
don't
out every
understand
place
how
they
the
played?
concert industry could charge that and expect
Well,
people to
because
show up, but they do though,
Mark,
right?
Mark, it's become more about saying you were at the event than being at the event. So there's
Everybody's on their
it's
phone
like a
anyway.
sports event.
Yeah.
There are people that go to see music now, culturally, like people go to see a basketball game. They have the same. Oh, I was there for the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That's what they're.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know that there was a crucial play by Kobe or whatever.
Yeah, it's like-
they just were there for
It's
that.
like you're at a big concert. You're filming it on your phone instead of enjoying
Yeah.
the whole experience. To say I was at the concert.
And you're watching it. You're
Yeah.
not listening with your
Exactly.
ears, and that's the key right there. Is these people need to you know, think about that. You know, you say I'm going to see a show. You don't say I'm going to go listen to a show anymore. You know, so everyone's so into the eye candy, and they need to
Well,
get
but
back.
it's always been that way, right? When we
Yeah.
first saw Kiss, that was all.
Yeah, I
identity,
agree.
And that just
It just
blew us
goes
away.
together, man.
Yeah,
It's just
1975.
experience. It's
Yep.
visual
It's
and
the
a sonic
combination.
experience.
Who did you listen to growing up in Luxembourg?
Depends on what time of my,
Well, what I'm trying to get at is, were you exposed to the same acts that we were over here, the same influences?
probably not.
Well, that's what I mean. Who were your influences?
I mean, so many of them. I mean, all the big pop stars, more the English stuff.
It's getting like Mick Taylor.
Right. What?
He's just giving you like a basic answer.
Yeah.
You want like a name.
You know, it's all the.
Well, when
all
you
the-
guys were in high school in Luxembourg, did you listen to AC/DC?
Sure.
But you didn't care about new wave music, did you?
I sure do.
Yeah, you liked it as much. You listened,
Yeah,
you had
I
a
know.
broad listening palette.
So you like the Cars?
Yeah.
But
Police.
who don't we know as Americans that were like big over there?
I don't know.
I mean, there had to be some, right? The thing about records, if it's foreign language, we're not into it, right? Well,
Very exciting.
it was a great challenge.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I was
that was
very,
awesome.
very
Thanks
cool.
for having us.
Yeah.
Paul,
Thank you.
Enjoyed
thanks,
it.
man.
Thanks,
Rocking.
man.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, man.
Thank
Sounded
you.
great.
Nice to meet you, excellent.
Chris, hey man.
Oh, you can
We
have
did
5
it.
minutes out of that.
We'll see.
I'm hungry.
It's an idea, it's just the first start, you know, it's the first